There's an entire industry built around helping people find love. Dating apps, matchmakers, relationship coaches, shelves of books telling you exactly what you're doing wrong. Billions of dollars, millions of people, all pointed at the same problem. And the problem keeps not getting solved. That's the strange part. If anything, we have more tools for finding a partner than any generation before us. Thousands of potential matches available on a phone screen before breakfast. And yet, the number of people who feel genuinely alone hasn't gone down. In a lot of places, it's gone up. So something isn't adding up. The easy answers don't really hold. Dating apps ruined everything. Social media made people shallow. Modern life is too busy. Maybe, but the struggle to find love is not a modern invention. It predates phones, cities, and pretty much everything else we'd blame it on, which suggests the problem runs deeper than the technology. To actually understand it, you have to go back a long way. For most of human history, a person alone was a person in danger. We're not fast, we're not strong. No claws, no real defenses. Survival depended almost entirely on other people, on trust, cooperation, staying close to the group. And because of that, the brain appears to have wired social connection in as something close to a physical need. Scientists have found that social rejection activates many of the same brain regions as physical pain. Not as a metaphor, the same regions. Which tells you something about how seriously the brain takes belonging. It's not treating loneliness as an inconvenience, it's treating it like a wound. So if we're built for connection, why is it so hard to actually find it? Here's where it gets interesting. The same closeness that makes love possible is exactly what makes it frightening. To let someone matter to you is to hand them a specific kind of power. The closer they get, the more damage they can do. The brain knows this, and it responds accordingly. Researchers who study attachment patterns have found that our earliest experiences with caregivers tend to shape how we approach relationships for the rest of our lives. Not in a tidy, deterministic way, but the patterns show up. People who learned early that affection was reliable tend to move toward intimacy with less resistance. People who learn that it could disappear without warning often spend years flinching away from the thing they want most. None of that is a character flaw. It's the brain doing what it was built to do, which is protect you. The problem is that protecting yourself from heartbreak and opening yourself up to love require almost opposite behaviors. And most people, without realizing it, are running both programs at once. Then the modern world arrived and made it stranger. Dating apps didn't create loneliness, but they introduced something the brain wasn't built to handle well. Infinite choice. When you can swipe through hundreds of people in an evening, the psychology shifts in a subtle but significant way. A person stops being a person and starts feeling like an option. And when everything is an option, committing to anything starts to feel like closing a door you might regret. Psychologists call it the paradox of choice. More options, more anxiety, less satisfaction. It was documented in supermarkets before it showed up in dating, but the mechanism is the same. Abundance doesn't make decisions easier. It makes them heavier. So why is it so hard to get love? After sitting with the research for a while, I don't think it's because love is rare or because people have stopped wanting it. I think it's because love has a specific entry requirement that most people spend years trying to get around. You have to be willing to not know how it ends. There's no version of this where you're guaranteed someone stays or loves you back or doesn't eventually hurt you in some way. That uncertainty is baked in, and it always has been. The people who find love aren't the ones who figured out how to eliminate the risk. They're just the ones who went ahead anyway, knowing it was there. That's not an uplifting observation, it's just what the evidence keeps pointing at.